Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is BluetheFortune here once again, and finally, as you've been asking this, yes, this is the collection of the 2025 red noses. Well, most of them, except for the last one, which I'll get into that later on. So, yeah, this year we just move away from the plastic papery noses that has been going on since 2021 because of the all the things that I won't even speak about. But for this year, yes, this year they just brought back the foam as it was been last seen since the 2019 red noses. Well, not last seen, but last manufactured with it. So, yeah, let's get to it without further ado. And before we get on with the noses and we'll show you the comparisons to the previous noses, I will show you the boxes first. And yes, it is the best of the best that is officially called just to celebrate 40th anniversary of Comic Relief. Even though Wet Nose Day didn't exist until 1988, which is their event, it says about Comic Relief as a whole, like in its entirety. And it says, would you find a rare ruby nose? Which, of course, I didn't. Which are a few in the noses, and it contains designs of the 80s nose, 90s nose, just drop that shit here, the 2000s nose, the 2010s nose, and that's it. I'll show you the proper names of it very, very soon, and here's the bottom of the box. And now I will show you the collector's edition of this year's noses, and it debuted from last year's red noses that features the plastic papery red noses, the controversial ones, but this time they done it again for this year, and it's in rectangular shape, and it also features the special 30 red noses version that looks the same thing like the 2024 red noses, but it's like a challenge to find a rare ruby nose, which is quite a good guess. But this one is the rectangular one that features all the noses that you've seen above. Well, the bottom, not above, as it above still says the best of the best. Still says ruby nose surprise. The ones that you've seen on the box and the bottom. And as you open this one up, you can get the 5 of those, the same boxes, I think. And now let's move out from the boxes, and now let's go on with the noses themselves. So here we are, this is the red noses from this year, and like I said before, they are back in the foamy shape since the 2019 Wet Nose Day, and as for the special event, since Comic Relief turned 40th anniversary and all that shit, they will be releasing the older noses, well, the selective ones, not all of them, for this year. And the first one is that I'm going to start off with is the wet nose, aka the plain wet nose, which is supposed to be a mixture of the 1988 wet nose or the 1989 wet nose. Probably both, but I'd say the 1988 wet nose, since the 1989 one has the Howie face in it. So it's just a plain wet nose with its foamy shape, and it's the back of it with its roundy shape, instead of the nosy, realistic nose shape, like the plastic papery ones do, which is good job on that. And this is the 90s nose, we present the Stonker from 1991, one of its iconic red noses at the time. And it's the same one, but it features 2 hands and a roundy shape, well, the double round shape. The Naughty's nose, which we present the 2009 that one from this one, that one, and the other one campaign. And I gotta say, it looks quite accurate to what they've done here. Compared to the other noses here that I'll show you later on, it looks very, very accurate with all the pointed eyes and everything and all that. I give them props to that. So, yeah. He looks very, very cool, still looks cool. And even though he's called that one for some reason, I I've called him like several names, like Waninosa because of its grinning face, or Harinosa because of its glasses, as a play of Harry Potter. Waninosa is a play on Wani Barker, I think. And he's the Dinosaurus, which is the 2010s nose, and this one is the Triceratops one, which he looks nil off compared to the Naughty's nose, but he looks fine. I have no complaints about it. And yeah, his face looks different, which I'll show you nil on. I would say so Dynamite for the collection, but for Triceratops, yeah, it looks decent deal. It's quite a decent deal. And this is it's the surprise nose, which turns out to be the only Red Nose character, the original character for this year. It's the cupcake nose, and it's a tray of a nose that has the upper bit that's shaped like a cupcake, and it's a cutie face on it that looks like some kind of a sopkin. Even then, you know, still know what that is. And he has a candle on the top of it as well, which is pretty cool. So since this is just a re-release of the selective Red Nose, I'm going to show a comparison of one another. And to start off with is the plain Red Nose from 1988. And then again, I haven't got the original 1988 copy since it's very rare to buy on eBay these days. But I could show you some of the similarities, like the 1989 Red Nose, which is Howie, and compared to the new nose from 2025, which is the re-release, it was made in plastic instead of foam, which is right here. Well, soft, different like plastic in it. So yeah, and it doesn't have any of the cotton attachments and another one for breathing like the 1988 the original one does. But he looks a little similar despite the ass face. And another one I'll show you is the 1995 Red Nose, which is probably has a similar size to the 1988 one. And despite that, it has the My Nose written on it. It has cotton attachments this time, and it has different writing labels on it. But still, no special spots for breathing holes. So yeah, that's the plain 1988 Red Nose. And now let's try the Stonker from 1991, the iconic Red Nose from its time. And for comparison, it looks a little bit of the same, but it doesn't have a face, aka the Harry face, which is the mascot of the comic relief at the time. And it is also plastic. And it has the written labels on its hands with cord attachments, while the new one doesn't even have any. It has the roundy, coining-like shape to it. And that one from 2009, aka Waninosa, aka Harinosa, whatever you call it, it's quite an accurate comparison for the 2009 Red Nose, even though he has a different feel to it. But even though I can see a little bit of difference here and there, it has the spot of the Red Nose being more visible, and the mouth size a bit more bigger and rounder compared to this one, because this one is quite small in size and the nose is just nil less visible. And it has a different feel of the foam in there as well. And the back seems a bit different as well, since it has spots covered in that back size, roundy back size. While the new one, it's been a little more larger, rounder, flatter, and doesn't have spots covered in it as well. So yeah, I give them props to that once again for trying this to make things more accurate for the 2009 Red Nose, especially that one. And the last one I'm going to show you is the 2013 Red Nose, which is Triceratops of the Dinosaurs packets. And he looks quite different compared to the 2009 Red Nose, which is that one like I said, no complaints, but I could see a little difference here and there, which feels a little off. And it doesn't have any fur connected to the foam here. The spikes are more connected. The triangular ears are no longer closer. It has tusks on its nose, or its size. I don't know what it's called. And the face looks a little different here. And while I compare it to the original one from 2013, it has the eyes looks more directed to the camera. The face looks a little different. The triangular ears are more connected together to the face. The spikes are quite connected to the furs on the foam. And here's the back of it. And the one I just found quite the opposite is that the new 2025 Triceratops still stands like the 2013 Triceratops does. And I like give him enough props to still make him stand without falling over or making it loose. But you can see the size of the ones from the back, which the 2013 one looks more larger than the 2025 one, which is quite off, but it's a bit okay. But I give them props for still making Triceratops stand. And you think this video is over, huh? Well, it's quite close, but no siree. Yes, no siree, because we actually got one more left to the collection, and it is the Red Nose Plus for this year, and it is the crazy hair, that's why it's called. Yeah, just the crazy hair. And the reason why it's called crazy hair is because it has a colored hair to it that has that you can mess around a bit. And there's the red nose that has the facial features. It has looking up to the colored hair whenever you try to mess up a bit. And to those who said, "Oh my god, this looks quite familiar," and you're probably right, because it does look familiar to the Big Hairdo and Beyond one from 2005. And it has a different kinds of hair, and it has different facial features that tries to like this one replicate, but it looks very different to the 2009 and 2013 ones that they will re-release. And it has the back one, while the new one doesn't have it, even though you can see the lines on it, since this one isn't vulnerable compared to this one. And it does have a label to it, unlike this one, since it comes up with the box, because this one has a label to it. And yes, this isn't the only red nose that tried to replicate from the past red noses, but there's more to it as well, which I'll show you it for the next video, which is the final one of the red nose collection that features the entire, well, most of the entire red noses from past to present. And there you go, folks. That's all for the 2025 red nose for this year. The collections of it, except for the last one, I think. And it also includes the cupcake nose there as well, and the comparisons of the past red noses for some reason. And as I said, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to BluetheFortune for more videos like this, and more videos not like this, for example, for the most part. And give a like as well, because I really appreciate it if you like this video. But if you don't give a shit about it, just dislike about it. And I know there's some people just like to complain that these they didn't have the original noses for this year, and I kind of understand that. But for the foam itself, I digress, since it's been a while since we've seen those foams, since the past few noses from the last few years has some kind of a plastic papery nose to it that people hated. But the foam ones is like the appreciation to the fans, especially from releasing the older noses. It's like they didn't have the original characters aside from the cupcake nose, which he looks good. So yeah, like I said, thank you very much for watching, and for the next video I'll show you the last one for this year, the last one from the collection that features the entire way of the red noses that I got from the collection. That features all of these from past and present, including the special ones, which, who knows? Who knows which the special one that would be. But I will exclude in the 2025 red noses, because I will use that in the description, but we'll see what happens. But like I say, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to BluetheFortune, like this video if you do, and I'll see you next time for the last red nose for this year, for the entire collection that I got. For until then, wear your noses on and see you later. Bye for now.